Do you want to tell us about your past life experience?
Okay, so I traveled back to 1430 BC.
1430 BC.
And I was in a place where it was really hot and there was just sand everywhere. There was not a lot of vegetation that I could see. I didn't have any shoes on, and I was a brown color, and I was quite slim. I was skinny. I was female. I had on clothing that wasn't shaped. It was just kind of cloth, and it was rough. It was just kind of.
Did you say what age you were?
I was in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know exact age. And it was hot. I was in a village, and I went to my home, which was pretty much a tent with fabric. There was no door. There wasn't even a door. I couldn't afford a door. And there were these faces. There was like 4 kids inside, and I actually saw the eyes of the one child are the eyes of the child I see now, my younger daughter at home. Even though they were different colors, there was the same eye, the same look in the eyes. So that was interesting. And I didn't have any money for food to feed these kids or myself. And I was trying to get bread. And I didn't have actual currency to get the food. And I didn't have any means to work for currency. I didn't have the skills in the traditional sense to make money there. And I was sort of struggling, and we were starving, literally starving. We were all so skinny. And then when I went up and got the higher learning and got messages in, it was I'm not to make money in the traditional way. It's not about those traditional skills. And I was to create new ways to make money. And so what I did was I went around and I gathered plants, roots, flowers, leaves, and I started making creations and healing people based on my intuition, what they needed when they came to me. And then I look out my tent, and there's a line of people at my door.
Wow.
With trading whatever they could to get in to see me. So then there was an abundance of food and just things that we needed. Just abundant. And everyone's really happy. So that was neat. So yeah, we just had, and there's this huge abundance. And at my death, that child, I taught her what I knew.
Yeah. Beautiful.
She helped me pass with the knowledge.
Beautiful. And so then you went into higher learning, and what was the higher learning for the current incarnation?
It's the same thing. I don't make money traditionally. I don't have to make money in the traditional way. I get to use my skills that aren't traditional to help people, and that's the abundance that just comes
from that.
And they all talk to each other. Everyone talks, and they know when they just come. They just show up. They're at my door.
Lines on them.
Yes, and I saw that I actually have to refer on to others because there's so many that need help.
Great. And so you saw yourself out in the future doing that?
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that there was this huge lineup at my door. And I'm literally going, okay, like every other one, it's just, there's so many that I need to have, I need to give them to other people as well, so they can all be looked after. Because there's just so many, they just keep coming.
Great. So how did that feel? Was there a colour associated with it?
I ended up bringing like a turquoise and white in at the end. So they were together, they were swirling up in it.
Interesting, because turquoise is about the future.
Oh, okay.
Turquoise is the future energy.
That's neat. So yeah, that's what it was.
Awesome. Well done.
Thank you. I could see the ocean, and it was very lush vegetation, and I was native to this island. And my name was Shasti. And I was some kind of princess within my group of people. At the time I was like 16, and I had flowers, like around flowers in my hair, and I had flowers around my ankles. And then I didn't get a clear picture until I was at this big fire. There's a huge like ceremonial fire, and I was leading this group of women in some kind of ceremony. We were singing and chanting, and we were literally creating just this big beautiful energy that was like channeling up. But the importance was the group. It wasn't me alone. It was me leading, and then us doing it together was very significant. That's what creates the big
Group energy.
Yeah. So there was that. Let me just see. Yeah, that was really big. And then when I died, I was almost like, and I never saw any men the whole time, and I don't even know if I had a family or kids or anything. It was just me and this group of women, this other tribal women. So in my death, they were bringing me out almost like on a little, kind of like a little bed, but they could carry me, and it was beautiful. It looked beautiful. They had decorated me, and there was flowers everywhere, all over my body, and they were bringing me to celebrate me. They were going to do a ceremony, this big, but it was celebrating me. No one was sad that I had passed. It was not about that. And then something came in that there's peace in death. Very much that there's peace in death, and that they were just going to celebrate who I was and what I did for them. And then when I went up, again, there's peace in death. And then when I thought, okay, and then there's something about leading, mentoring, teaching in group, like with groups, in groups. Again, it's the energy of the group. Something to do with that.
And possibly also the energy of the feminine that you had.
It was female. Again, it was female. So there's some kind of link with that. And then I just took it to the future, and of course I was sitting there in a group. I was leading some type of group, and it was all females. There was no fire, but there was the channel.
Great thing to bring forward.
It was kind of neat. Yeah.
Excellent. Thanks.